is your best friend, your ride or die, your good time boy, Brother Respect here, and it is another month, which means another wonderful Video Games Monthly box. Now, if you're new to my channel or just new to Video Games Monthly altogether, Video Games Monthly is a subscription service catered towards retro game enthusiasts and collectors. There's a lot of different options. You can sign up for 3 game, 4 game, 5 game, and up to 10 games. I myself am the 5 game tier. I think that's the best bang for your buck unless you go all the way up to the 10 games. It's super simple, super easy website to use. You sign up, tell them what consoles you have, tell them what games you have, and at the beginning of every month they will charge you money and ship out a box right to your doorstep, unless you're like me and you live in an apartment and the mailbox is too small for this. Then they'll deliver it to the front desk, which I don't know about because they don't actually call, so I always get my box a few days late. I know, woe is me. My list of consoles includes the Nintendo NES, Super Nintendo, the Game Boy and Game Boy Color. Those are just kind of mixed in together. The Sega Genesis, the Sega Dreamcast, the Nintendo 64, the original Xbox, and we recently took off PlayStation 1. I was not happy with the choice of games they were sending out, and I was not getting any sort of cartridge-based games because they would just kind of fluff my box up with a lot of shovelware that you find on PlayStation. That's another reason why I don't have, like, I have a Nintendo DS, but that's not on there, as well as the Nintendo Wii, just because there's so much shovelware onto those systems that I'd rather just kind of pick and choose, you know, the classics, the good stuff on it. So without further ado, let's get this out of its packaging. I like to be just as surprised as everybody else on YouTube. We all get to find out what I wasted my money on together. Although last month was a very good month. It broke the curse. It was not really a curse. It broke the luck streak of my 1-ups and 2-ups and stuff like that. Anytime you order one of these boxes, you do get a chance at a 1-up or a 2-up, which just means there's an extra game or 2 in there. Here it is, the box. It feels nice and heavy. I can feel things rattling around in there. We'll see. I'm excited to see what we got. Last month we got some really great cartridges for the Nintendo and for the GameCube, and that was after a couple months of basically just receiving PlayStation and Xbox games. Love collecting for the original Xbox though, so I don't have any problem getting actual Xbox games in here, but I was a little bummed out about the amount, like I said, about the amount of PlayStation games that I was getting. So we took that off, and that has seemed to fix that. So let's see, we're gonna start like this. We'll feel around the top for the card. Here we go. Did we get a 1-up? Oh, baby, we got a 1-up this month. That's what I'm talking about. So this card here will obviously tell you that there's the 1-up. Mainly this card's purpose is reminding you to update your games library as soon as possible. They are very good about not giving out duplicates and stuff, but sometimes it does slip through the cracks. But this ensures that you really lower the chance of getting duplicates. So make sure you always fill out your game library, as well as this says here that you can win 3 games by doing this, by filming and uploading your unboxing and putting it on social media and stuff like that. So I've never seen anybody win, but that doesn't mean somebody hasn't won. Maybe they just kept it to themselves. I was hoping maybe, because it's July, which means my birthday's at the end of the month, so I was hoping that maybe we'd get to 3 free games, but that's okay. We'll settle for a 1-up. And then let's do a little bit of a blind feel. Okay, right off the top, I'm feeling this thing. Feels like a pin. Yeah, little mushroom from Mario pin. So also, I guess that's a good segue in that every month they send out just a little trinket, something. Last month we got a really nice Mario Kart pin. It's metal, it's heavy, it's dense. Other months we've got stuff like this. This is a little slap bracelet, which are super fun. If you don't know what a slap bracelet is, this. You slap it on your wrist like that, and everybody at school thinks you're the coolest kid on the block. So that's pretty cool. Little power mushroom, not mushroom, little fire power, flower power mushroom from Mario. So that is our little trinket this month. All right, back to our blind feel. So right off the top, on the top, I do feel a Nintendo game, which is cool. I do feel what seems to be 3 Game Boy games, which is okay, because like I've mentioned in previous boxes that I'm working on building up my Game Boy collection again, so that's rad. And then moving on down, looks like we do have 2 Xbox games. So we'll start with the simple stuff first. We'll start with the Game Boy games. And our very first game of the box is... I don't know what this is. It's a Game Boy Color game, but it is in Japanese. There is a little bit of English. Sanbio Time. So anyway, so obviously I've never heard of this game. It's Game Boy Color. It is a Japanese cartridge. Pretty cool to get one of these, although I don't have no idea what game this is, but cool to have nonetheless. Maybe I'll plug this in and give it a go and see what we got. So, all right, Japanese Game Boy Color game. All right, coming up next, we have, for the Game Boy, Ren and Stimpy Space Cadet Adventures. So I played a bit of this when I was younger. My folks never really liked us associating or watching anything with Ren and Stimpy, but I personally love Ren and Stimpy. Absolute chaos of a cartoon show. This game is a really fun game, just like one of those simple games that you can sit down and kill a few hours in. So very cool to have that Space Cadet Adventures with Ren and Stimpy. All right, the last Game Boy game of the box we have. Oh, then Quest for Camelot. Quest for Camelot on the Game Boy. I think this is just... I don't think this is a Game Boy Color game. I think this is just a Game Boy game. You know, there'd be some sort of indicator on there, but I've never played this one, Quest for Camelot, at least not on the Game Boy, so I don't really have any sort of an opinion on it. But however, still very cool to have, and another title we can ding off the old Game Boy selection. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the NES cartridge and then finish off with 2 Xbox games. So 3, 2, 1, here we go. Oh, nice, Sky Shark. Sky Shark for the regular Nintendo. I also have Captain Skyhawk, which is, I mean, they're different games, but I always would get them mixed up as a kid with Sky Shark and Captain Skyhawk. So very cool. This was another one. I mentioned before on the channel that there's some games that I'll go down. I have a really nice local game shop where I live, and so I frequent there quite often, just kind of looking around. And this was another one I almost picked up. So I'm really glad I held out, didn't pick it up, and now we seem to have gotten it in our video game monthly box. So very cool to have. So just a tally, we've got 1 NES cartridge and 3 Game Boy games. Now moving forward to the Xbox games. Let's see what we got here. 3, 2, 1, we have Outlaw Volleyball. So I got one of their Outlaw Golf games. It sounds like the disc is loose in here. Wait, what's going on here? Okay, so it looks like it comes not only with the game, which was loose in there, just kind of flopping around. It also comes with, looks like a CD, music CD of the soundtrack. Included on the CD is I Wonder, performed by Diffuser. Get It On, performed by Diffuser. There's a music video and then I guess a game trailer. Look at that, it's an old QuickTime disc. You don't ever see those anymore. I don't even think I have a disc drive to check that out. But anyway, pretty cool with that. Not really pleased that the disc is all flopping around in there. It looks like the disc is pretty beat up. We'll see if it plays at all. If not, we might need to have a little email action over to Floyd, but we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, the very cool Outlaw Volleyball is a pretty simple game. I mean, it's just, I feel like it pretty much encapsulates the early 2000s of gaming when the Xbox and the PlayStation 2 were kind of at their peak, you know. Fighting, beach babes, and silly arcade action kind of all piled into one. You know, this was kind of your precursor to Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. But anyway, fun games. Fun, especially when you got party games and, you know, you want to have some buddies over with a few beers. Outlaw Volleyball, great choice. All right, next up, and this is the last game. We'll just double check. Here's our wonderful plastic wrap, bubble wrap that we get with every Video Games Monthly. Oh, that was weak. Weak sauce, weak sauce. All right, just feeling around. Anything else in there? Nope, doesn't feel like it. Okay, and the very last game we have in our Video Games Monthly for July is Greg Hastings Tournament Paintball. I think I have this already. One second. Yep, I already do. This might be my fault. I'll have to check my list to make sure I actually have this on there. But yeah, that could have been an oopsie on my part. and just didn't properly update it. If not, I mean, that's the first duplicate I've received in 6 boxes, 7 boxes. When did we start this subscription? I can't remember, but the first duplicate in a lot of boxes, and like I said, that could have been my error. In fact, 1 second. Okay, I am back. I just double checked, and yes, that was 100% my fault. I did not add that to the list, so can't blame Video Games Monthly for that. That was on me. So I will make sure I add this one so I don't get a third copy of Greg Hastings Tournament Paintball, which isn't the best. But again, that's the thing with Xbox games. A lot of them aren't the best, but they are fun time killers. Looks like it's not complete, but the disc is in really good condition, so we'll take that as a win. What about this one? No, that one doesn't have the book either. I was like, beans, at least we have one complete in box. Anyway, that is the July Video Games Monthly box. Pretty good, pretty decent box, you know. Xbox titles were a little lackluster, but I'm kind of to a point in my Xbox collection where that's what I'm missing. I only have a few holy grails. Like I'm on the lookout for Bloody Roar Extreme and Silent Hill. However, you're not gonna find those in Video Games Monthly, as they tend to kind of pack the box relative to the cost of the box. More less than not, you're gonna get a little under the value of the box, but sometimes it can add up to where you get a little bit more than the value of the box. So if you're looking for a subscription service that's gonna send you 4 copies of Chrono Trigger, this is not the service for you. But if you do need a nice way to bulk up your collection without having to, go to the game store every week, or, hit up the thrift stores every week, it is a wonderful little service. But that's it for me. As always, be the reason somebody smiles out there in the world. Always remember that BR loves you, and we'll see you next time. Terrific.